Wow. I've actually managed to get on live. It's really fascinating. It's taken me quite some time to actually manage to get a live on. So, yes, solar eclipse and summer solstice. I mean, just double whammy. Incredible energies. I don't know whether anybody else is like me and you found this week has been super intense, and at times I've been sort of like wired, and other times I've been absolutely drained. So this has been it's been quite a rock and roll ride to even get to here. Hi Jonathan, hi Renee, hi Charlie, hi Jackie, hi Paula. Yes, I managed it. This is about the 6th attempt. Hi Annie. It's just been intense energies. I mean, to have this. Hi Susanna. To have this eclipse and then right in, closely on the heels, to have the solstice and then closely on the heels, following by, hi Mel, the eclipse is just crazy stuff. Hi Lisa. So we are in such an important point in our journey this year. Just incredible. I mean, this new moon offers us the greatest of opportunities of really bringing a closure to the past. If you look at the journey that we've been on, yeah, Lisa, me too. It's just crazy evening. If we look at the journey we've been on and through the coronavirus crisis and the lockdown, breaking away all of the parameters that we've had around our framework for life, the way that we have interfaced with life, all of that has been questioned. We've got this movement here in a global energy awareness of the different complexities of Black Lives Matter and all of our framework for life is being challenged. We're being asked to dig deep. We're being asked to really ask ourselves what we stand for now. And I think that this is one of the most powerful points that we are going to go through. This solstice offers us the greatest of opportunities for a reset and for a real review about what it is that we want to create from here on in. What do we want our lives to stand for? What is our highest wish for our own lives? What are you wanting to bring forward? What are you wanting to birth? What are you wanting to bring as this point of meaning in your journey, in your life journey? And what do you want? What would you wish the world? This is a powerful point of co-creation. Absolutely, Mel. Compassion for humanity, and compassion for self too. When we've had this journey of actually not being able to have the usual distractions, coming back into center time and time again in this last 3 months. What is it now that's wanting to be birthed through me? And what is it that is my gift for humanity at this time? What do I bring to the unfolding of a new vision, a new earth, a new way of life? So this is a powerful point. Interestingly, the eclipse, and it is an annular eclipse, so it's the moon doesn't completely cover the sun. There will be a ring around the sun, so it's an annular eclipse, but the exactitude of that eclipse is in the Himalayas, and actually it's very, very close to Mount Kailash, and that is known as the crown chakra of the world. So you can start to see the potency of this particular eclipse, because what happens at that eclipse point is that the codes are passed down into the earth grids, and there are powerful grids that weave around the earth that have the different chakra points on them. And as I'm saying, this Mount Kailash in the Himalayas is the crown chakra. Glastonbury, for instance, is the heart chakra. So when that eclipse point is on such a powerful point, that energy is then taken and carried through the earth currents to arrive within the collective consciousness over a period of 6 months. So we can see that this is far more than just our solar eclipse, our summer solstice. With an eclipse so tightly in the window, it's a really big opportunity for something different, a much greater awakening for humanity, a much greater opening of the heart field, and the opportunity to hold a different frequency coding for all of us. Interestingly, at a solar eclipse, the sun stands sort of still for 3 days. It's the same in the winter solstice and the summer solstice. So the sun doesn't appear to move for 3 days. It stays in it's almost its same sort of rhythm. And in the winter solstice, it starts to move forward again on the 24th. Here we've got the same situation, whereby from the solstice, it will be a 3-day, like a pause point in the sun's movement before it starts to withdraw again back to the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, obviously. The eclipse window is right in that 3 days. So it's super potent, and it's more about how do we harness the energy? How do we harness the energy for good? How do we work with it for the evolution and the awakening within our own fields? And how do we hold that frequency coding to be able to breathe that out for others, so that we come together as an awakening humanity to raise the frequency of this planet. Each pulse point of the new and the full moons offers us a different opportunity for shift. This is just pretty mega. And this solar eclipse on this new moon, it's a summer solstice and a solar eclipse, so yes, is at 0 degrees of Cancer. So this is an emotional moon, so this is going to be emotionally driven. Those on the Rose Heart group that I run, a 9-month inner mastery program, what we've been looking at is how we want to feel, not what we want to achieve or have as substance in our lives, but how do we want to feel by the time we get to the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, which is exact on the winter solstice. If this pulse point gives us the opportunity of a 6-month process, because it's not instant, this is going to filter out through a period of time. What is it that you want to stand for? What is the voice that you came to bring? And how do you want to feel? because our feeling nature and the qualities of our beingness are what we take out into the world. And it's a radiance. It's not a doingness per se. We may get called to a doingness that arises from the quality of energy that we are being able to embody. But this is, this is a beautiful point to really look and see what it is that you're feeling drawn to, what you're feeling is calling you. Perhaps there's a new creative thread that's calling you. This is powerful, and it's really important to harness it. This offers, a new moon is always the opportunity for a new beginning. But this is at 0 degrees of Cancer. It's on the world axis. It is a really big potential if we want to be really present to it. Hi Gloria, hi Agnes, hi Salim, hi Helen. So yeah, it's like, if you can, take time to be really present with the energies, because they have been incredibly intense as we've been building up to this point. How do we harness this? How do we optimize? Hi Melanie. How do we optimize this piece of our journey and work with these energies? This offers us a completely new way. Oh yes, Lisa, drawn to stand and speak, but with love and compassion. So here we come into this place of, that the awakened feminine in heart in both men and women is a compassionate warrior. It has compassion for the situation that we find ourselves in at a global level. We have compassion for those that are struggling. We have compassion for ourselves too, in the fact that this is such a massive wake up. It's like we've been prodded awake from a slumber, or we've been put on fast track. Those of us that have been steadily working our way through this journey of coming home, this journey of sacred homecoming. It's Dawn, being drawn to help with healing the waters. Here we are, 0 degrees of Cancer. It's a water sign. This is a key element on the planet. This is if we are 70% water. So in the compassion for self, in the kindness to self, and the honouring of our own journey, the honouring of our path of taking self-responsibility, we come to a place of compassion. We come to a place of openness to where we're being led. Oh yeah, well, you've got double whammy, Dawn, if you're a Cancerian as well. It's just an amazing time to harness these energies. So what is your highest vision for your future and for the future of the planet? This is the place that we are in right now. How many of us can hold these higher keys and codes of light? Because the more those energies are anchored here on the earth plane, the stronger that movement is to this place of evolution that this incredible year offers us. The journey that we've been on through 2020 is about breaking away the old, and we have to break away the old to rebirth. But it's going to take each and every one of us who is conscious and who is awake to what is unfolding to hold an anchor point, to hold a point of stability. And in my own journey, I have found that you cannot take anybody anywhere you haven't been. So in the ownership of our own story, in the self-responsibility of our own journey, in the honouring of the path that we have taken, you know, from the programs that we were gifted and that we came in as a soul code to work with for humanity. You know, this is where we come to mastery. Jackie, I feel a new awakening of the sacral chakra. Absolutely. And it's interesting, isn't it? The sacral is the water element in the chakras, but also the sacral, the throat is a rebirth, is the higher octave of the sacral. So if the sacral holds that whole template of self-love, self-value, self-esteem, if that sacral chakra is not solid in that sense of self-belief, we cannot rise authentically. It's a bit like Maslow's triangle. We've got to have the base sound and solid in order to rise from it. So we move that sense of self-love, self-value, self-esteem. I am worthy. And we rise that up through the body so that the solar plexus holds a real sense of trust. Now that's the place of the wound of betrayal. So in holding that sense of trust, there is a stability in the field that allows the energy to rise to the throat for us to speak truth. And that's truth when it's spoken and it's aligned with the solar plexus and it's aligned with the sacral chakra. It can move mountains. That's what I'm hearing. It can move mountains. So in that alignment, and only we can do that alignment for ourselves, only our inner work brings that sense of alignment and presence that allows us to rise that energy up through to the heart, so that when we speak from the heart, it is received by the heart. And therefore we have honest, heartfelt communications and are able to rise our relationships into their highest form. It's powerful work. And yes, I totally agree, Mel. It has been one tough rebirth. This has just been, it's been a doozy. And this last few months of actually coming fully present into this work. And for us to hold that anchor point, this work that those of us that are working consciously with the light and with the tools of mastery that we have, we are the ones that are going to be the way showers and the ones that can hold a lantern high as we move into 2021. Because if it is true what is said, that these pulse points as we move through towards this last 6 months of the year, that there will be the opportunity for mass awakening on the planet. Those that are awakening will need the light. They will need those carrying the light to hold a stable template for their own heart flame to fully illume. So, you know, no pressure then. You know, these are just incredible times. We are immensely blessed to be here at this time. We contracted to be here, and we contracted to hold this energy to the very, very best of our ability. And that's what we're all doing. So, shall we see what the roses have to say and have to offer us as their wisdom and insight for this particular period? Yes, it's extraordinary, Mel. It is happening. Amazing times. So, we're asking the roses for their wisdom and what might they share with us? Rose 5. Speaking. We can no longer stay silent. It was interesting. I was listening to an amazing sort of panel interview or a panel webinar that Sasha Stone was doing today. And I really recommend anybody go check it out. It was an inspiring piece of sharing with 6 wisdom keepers that had amazing clarity to share. And this is it. We can not stay silent. We have to stand and speak now. And this rose calls us. She is refined and defined. She sits on the throat chakra, and you can see there's a power in her, and she's got golden, the back of her petals is golden. And so this really says to me that this is connected into the golden heart of the rose. Hi, Juliet. Hi. So yeah, powerful work for this session. And I'm going to weave these 3 roses into a healing wave for this time. So we're going to work in a slightly different way. Please share a link. Oh, what, to the Sasha Stone piece? Yeah, we'll do. We'll do. It was an inspiring webinar, Zoom thing. We're all zoomed out now, actually. But anyway, it was amazing and well worth watching. Rose Bagua 5, reminding us to come back to center. Keep returning back to the center. Keep returning back to the hub of the wheel. Don't stay out on the rim. This was one of the teachings of Gurdjieff, the Armenian mystic. And he spoke about the fact that we travel from the hub of our very beingness out onto the rim of the wheel, and we get caught in the dramas. We get caught in the distraction out on the wheel, and we don't always remember to come back to the hub. This rose calls us back into the hub. She's at the center of the Rose Bagua. And the Rose Bagua for me is the heart field. The Rose Bagua is Rose 4 on the set of the 7 rose classes. And the first 3 are the verticality, how we bring heaven on earth. How do we clear and purify this energy field so that we can bring highest keys and codes of light from our soul star to our earth star and anchor the energies like an acupuncture point of light with this light column within us. The Bagua comes from the heart. What's my heartfelt expression in the world? What have I come here to share? What have I come here to breathe out into the world? This rose reminds us, come back to center. Keep returning to center. When I studied at a philosophy school in the 90s, a lot of the practice was around returning returning within between each action, so that there was a pause point in every action during the day. Obviously still sticks with me. Apart from when you can't get onto the Facebook Live, and then it becomes a bit more of a challenge to keep centered. So wow. We have Master Rose 2. Heart Star 2. Heart Star 3. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. Heart Star 3. And she sits in the higher heart chakra. It's the first time I think one of these Heart Star roses has come up in a reading, which I think is really, really interesting. So the heart star roses are 3 roses that are connected to the threefold flame of the higher heart chakra. And these weave the pink flame of love, the blue flame of power, and the gold flame of wisdom. And they are the illuminators and the activators for the Divine Feminine Christ Consciousness codes of light, which activate the flame and activate the gold field within the energy body. So this is super, super powerful. These 3 roses, this really tells us about what it is and where we are right now. I'm really not getting excited. So we have here about the clarity of speech. You can't stay silent. When there is something that needs to be said, the discomfort will be there if you don't speak. So there is a calling to speak what is known within, what you know is your piece to bring. This rose, she calls us back into center, absolutely back into center. Keep returning back in, home. Anchor home before you breathe and you make further movement. Pause point. Is what I'm planning to do, say, or act on in alignment? Is this a pattern? Is this an old pattern? Or is this in truth my alignment at this particular point? Is this what I'm being called to do? So in that pause point, there is power. And what do we get? The 3rd rose is the heart star power rose. So this is about the right use of power. Really, really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. This is not and yes, Mel, they are all pink. Isn't that wonderful? They're very harmonic, actually. They are very beautiful together. So, shall we work these in a slightly different way today? So you can see these roses, these 3 roses. So I am inviting you to put a hand on your higher heart chakra and just take a few nice easy breaths in and out. Just when we breathe, when we take that attention to our breath, it brings us consciously into the moment. It allows for what's gone on prior to now, this now moment, to fade away. So from this heart star, from this higher heart place, I invite you to follow the stream of light down through your body, down through the solar plexus, your sacral, your base chakra, down into your earth star, which is about 3 to 4 feet beneath your feet. Bring your awareness to your earth star. Intention is enough. Just bring your intention to your earth star. And you may be able to feel that center light up. This is your center that holds the coding for your incarnation this lifetime, your physical incarnation, and connects into the docks, into the crystalline grids of the earth, allows you to feel anchored and connected. And I invite you to take a stream of light up from your higher heart chakra, your heart star, up through your throat, your third eye, your crown, up to your soul star, which is sort of where your fingertips would touch if you stretched your hands above your head and join them together. And your soul star holds your personal akasha for this particular incarnation, holds your scripts and your stories. And the more we are able to anchor into this heart star, the more you are able to bring forward keys and codes from higher dimensional lifetimes, higher dimensional codes that you've stored from previous lifetimes. They are able to anchor more into present time. The more you are able to anchor into the higher heart. And then I want you to connect in, bring your attention to your higher heart star, connect in and breathe in Rose 5. If you've got the Rose Oracle, what you can do is to actually work with these 3 roses, these 3 rose codes directly onto the body. But at this point, just breathe this rose into your higher heart. Let her tell you her truth. Let a sense of her presence. All 3 of these roses may have messages, particularly for you. Rose Bagua 5. Again, breathe her in to that higher heart chakra. This reminder to come back to center, to return to center, return to that vertical alignment, because this is where your internal power sits. It's not out on the rim of the wheel. It's very much internal. And then Heart Star 3. Breathe in the coding of Heart Star 3 into your higher heart chakra. She is informing you through her coding of the right use of power. A master knows when it's time to act, when it's time to speak, and when it's time to just stay in center. These are powerful, powerful allies for us in this coming time. And as I say, if you have the Rose Oracle, you can use these 3 energies in different ways. But meantime, just hold those 3 codes of light in your higher heart. And on the next out breath, I want you to breathe that energy out through your body, down through your solar plexus, down through your sacral, your base chakra, down your legs, down through your knees, down to your ankles, to your fingertips, to your toes, sorry, up over your shoulders, down through your arms, to your elbows, your wrists, your fingertips, and up through your neck, your chin, your jaw, your cheeks, your forehead, right up to your crown. And just become aware of your heartbeat. On every beat of your heart, the ripple waves of these 3 codes of love move right out through your body. They kiss every cell. It's a cellular connection, and they remind your body of its original blueprint for health, ultimate health and vitality. Lisa. Rose 5 says, do not be afraid. I'm here to protect you and your vulnerable heart. Trust I am here. That's beautiful, Lisa. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. This is what we need to know. We need to be able to come to this place of trust and to know that we are so guided, we are so protected, and when we align with pure love, and these roses are just pure love codes, they will support you and your journey. So just whenever you need to, just put your hand on your higher heart chakra, recall these 3 roses and ask them to just breathe out through your field. If you've got any pain or discomfort in your body, bring these roses to mind and breathe out a stream of light to wherever the contraction or the discomfort is in your body, and let these roses oscillate within the energy fields, because what they will do is they will soften the contraction. Yeah, they will soften and ease out any tension within your body. So this is you know, these are such powerful allies. So just bring your energy back present, and just a few nice easy breaths. Bring your energy back down into connection with the base of your body and your soles of your feet, feeling the streams of light going down into Mother Earth. And feel grounded and present, and yet open to what this solstice and this new moon can bring for you as inspiration and guidance for this next period of time. We are in extraordinary times, and we need to harness and be present to the gifts that we are being given through this process. You know, it is not happenstance that we are here. And the more that we are able to hold the light, the more that we are able to hold love. And as it was said at the beginning of this, the compassion, the compassionate wisdom. Oh, I think I might have a bumblebee in here actually. I do indeed. And as a Humvee, that seems to be quite significant. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that this was inspired guidance for you, and go well, and you know, harness these waves that can take you and carry you exactly where you need to go. And may the blessings of the roses be with you. Bye bye.